West province of South Africa, and let's get ready for our second game in Group A, which will pit the United Arab Emirates and Croatia. As the United Arab Emirates heading onto the floor, they'll be playing in white. Croatia will be playing in red.
And number 69,
two of our new teams competing on the global stage. And there are the United Arab Emirates, looking to get off the mark in a positive way here in South Africa. Egypt defeating Kenya 13-3 in the first game.
Team Croatia.
And Croatia will now take to the floor here on the show court here in Sun City. A team in Europe who has great success in the Division B championships.
And number 11, Ante Stimac.
As you see, Ante Stimac there coming on to the floor, averaged 19 points, 8 assists in last year's European Championships. Majority of these players actually play their basketball in Croatia for Vrbas. And there are the Croatian team as they get ready for action. Second game here in Sun City. IWBF Secretary General there, Gabriel Zingenfried. As we get ready, and of course after this game will be Poland against Slovenia, our first Group B encounter.
Team Croatia to get us on the way.
So Croatia will start us off in this contest. Danger man Ademir Demirovic, the number 9, averaged 24 points, 13 rebounds at the European Championships Division B last year. So as I said, Croatia in red, United Arab Emirates in white. We're going to get this game underway. A 10-minute game, 12-second shot clock.
5, 4, 3, X, 3, play ball.
And it is time to play ball here in our second game. Croatia starting us off. Here is Stimac. Here is the danger man, Demirovic. And gets the friendly roll. Croatia off and running. Ramzan driving to the basket along the baseline was Al-Ashby, and a shot clock violation, so Croatia will get the ball back. Excuse me, that was Al-Hebzi that was driving to the basket, and the shot clock violation, as we're just getting the shot clock just adjusted, I think, to 12. Of course, these are 10-minute games. First to 21, or whoever leads after 10 minutes. And the danger man for Croatia, Ademir Demirovic, already with the first score of the game. Croatia will get the ball back. Nikola Bistrovic is on the sidelines for Croatia. on the sidelines for the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed Al-Hashmi. And have another shot clock malfunction that will get sorted. Always teething problems on the first day of any competition, isn't there? As we restart, and here come Croatia. Free throw line shot is no good from Stimac. Ante Stimac alongside Demirovic play their basketball for KKA Vrbas in Croatia. Good defense there from Stimac, preventing Al-Hibzi from getting the shot up. 6 to shoot for Croatia. 6-footer is no good from Demirovic. And United Arab Emirates, who've not really settled into this game at the moment, now have a chance to. As the shot is up and it's rattled in by Mansour Al-Nakbi. So tied up at 1, just around 2 minutes played, or nearly 2 minutes played in this one. Lobbed up, and it's a battle for the ball, which Stimac wins. Here is Stefan Pesic. Stimac again. Stimac looking to go it alone, doesn't get it to fall. Lovely pass inside. How about that? Like a knife through butter, but he couldn't get the shot to fall. 4 on the shot clock for Croatia. They've got a dance here. Demirovic puts up from the foul line money. United Arab Emirates trailing by a point, looking to tie it up again. Off the window, but no good from Ramzan. And another turnover, this time for Croatia, but United Arab Emirates turn it over themselves. Here is Pesic in all kinds of room, puts up a midi, no good. And United Arab Emirates come up with it. Looking for the pass there was Jassim Ramzan, who goes it alone. And we're tied up at 2. Shot clock in single figures now. Stimac along the baseline. Does a victory lap but rolls out. United Arab Emirates now with the ball off the window and down from Jassim Ramzan. And the UAE have the lead. Their first lead of the game. 3 minutes and a bit of change played in game number 2. Second game in Group A. Egypt got the win over Kenya, 13-3 in the first contest. That's a shot clock violation. And a timeout has been called in our second game in Group A. As mentioned earlier, Egypt with the win over Kenya. Following on from this game will be the first Group B game between Poland and Slovenia. The two teams warming up behind the show court here at Sun City. And the first women's game will tip off at 11:30 local time as Great Britain take on Switzerland. Switzerland, another one of the new teams onto this global stage. Ramzan gliding to the basket. Stops, puts it up, goes to the glass, doesn't fall. Really tough shot there from Al-Nakbi. And a free throw will be taken by the UAE, a foul called. And the first foul of the contest, and it goes the way of Croatia. Ramzan doesn't get the free throw. An offensive board, though, by Al-Nakbi. Here is Ramzan. Ramzan just gliding to the basket, fades away, stops and gets it to fall. And the United Arab Emirates now up by 2. Stimac almost had freedom of the land there, but at the last second, Ramzan got the deflection, so Croatia will get the ball. Four to 2, United Arab Emirates are up. Stimac was looking to tie it up there, and the ball will go out of bounds. And the United Arab Emirates will get possession, a fresh 12 on the shot clock. Here is Ramzan, finds a slither of room, stops, dumps it off, and the shot just about falls out. It was thinking about it for a minute there for Mansour Al-Nakbi. Here is Pesic. Pesic, it goes off Al-Nakbi's head, and it's kept in by Al-Hebzi. Entering the halfway point of this one. And United Arab Emirates, after a slow start, now really in a groove. And Jassim Ramzan with the 2, and it's 5 to 2 in favour of the United Arab Emirates, and a turnover. Bullet pass, just about hung on. And the ball will roll out of bounds. 5:06 to play. United Arab Emirates up 5 to 2. Great to have you all on board the IWBF YouTube channel. It's a fast-paced bonanza of international wheelchair basketball here in South Africa, and the United Arab Emirates flexing the muscles. They're up 4. And looking for the turnover again, but Demirovic does get it, gets a shot up. He's been kept quiet thus far. He averaged 24 points, 13 rebounds in last year's European Championships Division B in the traditional 5x5 version. There's a shot clock violation, good perimeter defense there from the Croatians, and they get the ball back as a reward. Poland, Slovenia coming up following the conclusion of this one, the first Group B game. This is a Group A encounter as Demirovic gets the friendly roll. 6 to 3. And it's cancelled out almost immediately by Al-Nakbi, who has been a mid-range threat right now for the UAE. Demirovic looking to counter, and he does at the second attempt. Ademir Demirovic really kicking right now. Shot is up, no good as the shot clock was winding down. That should be a shot clock violation, and it is. So Croatia will get the ball. 3:45 remaining in our second game of the day. And a timeout on the floor. So as we have a timeout, a big thank you to the event organisers, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa, and a special mention as well to the Wheelchair Basketball South Africa President Craig Morgas, who is recovering from a illness at the moment. Hope he's watching on and enjoying the action. Our global partners, RGK Wheelchairs, and of course our event partners, the Sun City Resort, are fantastic hosts for this inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships, as Ante Stimac misses the 2 along the baseline. Al-Nakbi, a long 2. And as the shot clock wound down, he airballed that. Of course, inside the perimeter, shots count for a point, and outside the perimeter, they are 2-pointers in the 3x3 game, so no 2-pointers and 3-pointers It is 1s and 2s here in the 3x3 game. Jassim Ramzan going to the hoop, kicks it out, and the shot along the baseline, the floater is good from Mohamed Al-Habsi. And the United Arab Emirates lead 8-4. 7 minutes of this game has been played. Demirovic can't hang on. That's a shot clock violation. So the United Arab Emirates get the ball. And after a slow start from the UAE, they have been very classy in how they get their offense run. And the off-ball movement has been absolutely sublime from them. But Croatia still not out of this. Here is Bistrovic. And a 3-second violation has been called on Demirovic, so the United Arab Emirates get the ball back. Ramzan, 2:40 to play in our second game of the day. El Nakbi is bumped, puts it up, doesn't get it to fall. And Croatia have got to get the ball past the perimeter to start their offense, and they do so. Demirovic over Ramzan, and he will get a free throw. 2:23 to play. And it's been a physical, scrappy encounter in our second game of the day, but the United Arab Emirates up 8-4. Croatia looking to shrink the gap. And Demirovic cashes in from the foul line. 3-point game. Croatia still not out of this entirely. That's a nice score inside. Tough make from El Nakbi. 2:09 to play. Stimac misses the two, gets his own board and scores under the hoop. Croatia now need to get some stops. Right now, United Arab Emirates having freedom of the land to drive to the basket, but they just need to get their shot off within the allotted 12 seconds that they need to. That's a shot clock violation. Stimac finds a bit of room inside, gets it to go. We've got a 2-point game with 1:40 to play. 9-7. United Arab Emirates now, beautiful ball movement, but the shot is no good from Al Nakbi. Gets his own rebound. That's a big score for the UAE as they restore a 3-point cushion. But now Croatia have got to get some scores. Demirovic, that'll do. But again, United Arab Emirates just focused on the task at hand. They want to get the win as we enter the final 1 minute and 9 of this one. This game has certainly livened up. Both teams want to win. And the shot is no good from Pesic. There's a fight for the ball. It's SummerSlam season here at the Super Bowl. And the United Arab Emirates get it, 11-8, 58.8 to go. Ramzan looking to put it on ice for the UAE, can't get it to fall. Croatia need quick scores, and Demirovic in the key again, 3-second violation. Referee warned him as well. 46.1 to go. And the UAE closing in. But Croatia need to get some stops and some quick scores. That could be a potential dagger right there. As Jassim Ramzan with the one, excuse me. It's 12-8, 30 seconds to play. Here is Stimac, dumps it off Demirovic, and a foul is called. Stimac. And that smacks the backboard. And the United Arab Emirates closing in on their first win. Two-pointer is blocked by Stimac. El Nakbi was going for the two to just seal the deal, but 3 on the shot clock for the UAE, 11.9 on the clock. Long two is up, long two is good, that'll do it. Final seconds of this contest, and the United Arab Emirates get a big win. And the score should be 14-8, not 12-10, but regardless of the score, the United Arab Emirates get their first win in Group A. They join Egypt as the victors in their first games here in Sun City. Great win for the UAE, 14-8 over Croatia. And coming up next, it will be Poland against Slovenia. That will start in around 5 minutes' time. First Group B encounter. So far we've had Egypt beating Kenya 13-3, and just now you've just seen the United Arab Emirates beating Croatia 14-8. Great to have you all on board on the IWBF YouTube channel. The inaugural IWBF 3x3 Wheelchair Basketball World Championships. Here are some of the highlights from the game. You've just witnessed a great win for the United Arab Emirates. That score there, just the icing on the cake.
And number 4, Matthias Stan. At number 6, Andresa Meissen. At number 19, Matthias Filipski. Introducing
So there you see the Poland team right there, a mix of youth and experience led by the infamous Matus Filipski, a legend of Poland basketball. He'll be wearing number 19, a star, or emerged as a star of the Polish national team at the London 2012 Paralympics. And here we have one of the newcomers to the world wheelchair basketball stage, Slovenia. Of course, infamous in the able-bodied basketball stage, led by Luka Doncic and Goran Dragic, but looking to pave their own way here at the World 3x3 Championships here in Sun City. As you see there, David Skoranc in your picture, the number 77. Again, veterans on this Slovenia team, led by 44-year-old Simon Granshar. As you see there, Milan Slapnishar and Matt Stan with the coin toss. And we will get underway momentarily. Slovenia will be in blue. Poland will be in white. This is our first Group B encounter. There are our officials for this contest. Officials from all over the world emerging here in beautiful South Africa, here on the Northwest Province. We are at Sun City, just outside of Rustenburg and around 90 miles northwest of Johannesburg. Slovenia will start us off as Kucasevic will get us underway, marked by Stand. Kucasevic finds a bit of room and whistle has gone, and Slovenia will keep the ball. Of course, we talk about Filipski for Poland. Matt Stan there plays his basketball in Great Britain as the first score of the game for Slovenia, as Slapnishar gets Slovenia off and running, and Dominik Mosler there with the score for Poland, and now the ball is loose. Filipski, Andrej Maciek, Dominik Mosler and Matt Stan. The Poland side, here is Maciek, goes to the elbow and buries a long one. So Poland have their first lead of the contest. Here is the veteran Milan Slapnishar, 36 years of age, glides to the cup, doesn't get it to fall. Stan with the rebound, and Stan in good position there to get the ball back, but Maciek doesn't use him. Mosler goes for the one, doesn't get it to fall. Matt Stan under the hoop. Here is Andrej Maciek who gets it to fall, and Poland out to a 3-1 lead. Early doors in our third game of the day, first Group B game. Newcomers Slovenia to the world stage, who got the first score, but Poland so far on a 3-0 run. Mosler gets it. Here is Maciek, Stand under the cup. Here he is, gets the ball, puts it in, 4-1 to Poland. And Slovenia with the shot there, Haris Kucasevic, with the shot, doesn't get it to fall. Kucasevic, another one of the Slovenia players that plays his basketball back home, plays for Parasport Slovenia. In fact, all the players on the Slovenia team play for Parasport Slovenia. Shot is banked home by Skoranc. David Skoranc with his first score. Mosler doesn't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Jantz. Skoranc gets it to go from the foul line, and Slovenia within one. Stan, Mosler under the hoop, thinks about it, doesn't get it to fall. He's under great pressure from two Slovenian players, but still gets his shot to fall, and Poland reclaim a 3-point lead. Maciek gets the rebound off the miss from Skoranc. Maciek, Mosler, beautiful basketball from Poland, and the beneficiary was Matt Stan. Great fake and score from Slapnisha. Maciek, Moslas. Slapnisha looked to get the steal, but instead fouls Dominik Mosla. We mentioned earlier, Matus Filipski emerged on the world stage at the Paralympics in London in 2012. Dominik Mosla was another one of those players that did the same. Here is Maciek, gets it to go off the feed from Mosla. And Poland up 7-4, 3 minutes played. Slapnisha can't hang on. Slapnisha there in your picture. Averaged 10 points and led the team with 5 assists in last year's European Division B Championships in the traditional 5x5 game. As a timeout on the floor has been called in our third game of day one, 7-4 in favour of Poland. Coming up after this game, we will have the host nation South Africa taking on Malaysia. There's a couple of South African fans here in attendance waiting for that game. As Poland and Slovenia come back onto the floor. And Filipski on the ball and in the game for the first time. Maciek, who's been an offensive threat so far for Poland in this contest, and a really good mid-range shooter as well. Along the baseline, no good. Off to the right from Haris Kudasevich. Haris Kudasevich at the foul line, and he is Slovenia's main offensive threat from outside. He loves to shoot from long range. Hasn't had many opportunities so far, the lefty. Rating away, flexing the muscles here. They're up 13-6. Slapnishar over Filipski. Goes for the shot, doesn't get the fall. Both teams using the shot clock to their advantage, but just as I say that, match it with the mid-range from the elbow. 8-point lead for Poland. And after a good start from Slovenia, they have struggled to contain Poland ever since Filipski came on. Bullet pass, Filipski and a foul. There's a timeout now on the floor, and Poland up by 9, chance to make it a double-digit lead out of the timeout. And Poland, one of the strong teams, as you see the replay of Filipski's latest score there. Poland considered one of the stronger teams here in this 3x3 World Championships. It really is an open field, though. There's no doubt about that. There are strong teams from all over the world, 14 men's teams, 8 women's teams taking part here in Sun City. Of course, other teams to look out for as well as Poland. We've got a young Great Britain team, Spain. And of course, we've seen a really dominant Egypt side and a well-drilled United Arab Emirates side thus far. Ball's got to go behind the perimeter. There it is. Filipski with the 2 off the glass. No good. Of course, the women will tip off close to lunchtime here, and that shot will not count. 11:30 will mark the first women's game of these 3x3 World Championships as Great Britain will take on Switzerland. Caroline Bullock will hold the reins for the women's games here in Sun City. As Poland will get the ball back, and they are comfortable right now. 3:26 to play. Maciek, and that ball will be Slovenia's, or should be Slovenia's. In fact, they've given it to Poland. Game as well for the Poland team. Here is Slapnishar finds a bit of room, can't get it to fall. Stand for company, Slapnishar with the score at the second attempt. Slovenia finding some good routes to the hoop. Execution has let them down a little bit in this game, but they're getting some shots to fall, but Poland at the moment just more consistent as Matt Stan with the score. 18-8 and 1:33 to play. And Poland closing in on the magic 21. Maciek, 5 to shoot. Of course, right now 14 fouls for Slovenia. After the 6th foul, it's free throws. As Poland get the ball, 1:23 to play. Andrej Maciek. Here is Stan, back to Maciek, easy as you like. Of course, after this game, it'll be the host nation, South Africa, taking on Malaysia, as Skoranc gets the score. This has been our freest scoring game so far. Matt Stan has all the time in the world. He's been practicing those in the back garden of his grandmother's house, but on that occasion, can't get the full. As subs coming in for Slovenia, as Haris Kudasevic comes back in for Slovenia. David Skoranc comes out. Final minute of this game. Beautiful pass from Stan and the finish from Maciek. Beautiful court vision from Matt Stan. And Andrej Maciek, who averaged 15 points and 5 assists at the European Championships in Rotterdam in 2023 with the score. Kudasevic answers from the foul line. Poland, though, one score away. Mosler with the put-up, and he gets it to go, and that'll do it. Poland with a 21-10 win with 32.2 seconds to spare. And they beat Slovenia by 11. A great performance. Matt Stan there, absolutely deadly for Poland. Dominik Mosler doing his part as well. Poland 21, Slovenia 10. And at 10:15, so in around 10 minutes time, or just under 10 minutes time, it is the host nation, South Africa, taking on Malaysia. But a great performance as well from Slovenia. Poland, though, a little more consistent from the field, particularly under the hoop. Some good long-range shooting, though, from the Slovenians. Nothing to be ashamed of there. But Poland just more consistent, getting the win.
4,
So we are about to start
3, table.
as Malaysia get us underway against South Africa. Malaysia with the first possession of this game and the first score of the game for Kantik. Here is Shalembi. Williams. Beautiful pass inside. Shot clock violation, though. This is our second Group B encounter. And Malaysia up by 1. Kantik, and the ball is loose. As the shot clock winds down, and South Africa will get possession. Just get play back up and running here in our second Group B encounter. Williams, the midi. Here is Zakaria. Zakaria going along the baseline, finds a bit of room, doesn't rattle it in. Williams with the rebound. Here is Lalezu. Shalembe. Here is Williams, short with the 2. That goes out of bounds, and Malaysia will get the ball. Egypt, United Arab Emirates, and Poland are 3 victors thus far here on day 1. As the shot is up and no good from Razali Kansik. But Malaysia will get the ball back. Here is Kansik, off balance, doesn't get the fall, the whistle has gone. And a free throw will go up. That should be a first foul of the game on South Africa. And Rizali Kansik there in your picture going to the line. Part of the Malaysia team that competed in June's 3x3 Asia Oceania Cup that was played in China. Very keen long distance runner, especially along or around Kuala Lumpur. Now South Africa with the possession, and Shane Williams gets it to go. That's the South African women's teams acting as the fans of this proud South African men's team, the host nation here at the first ever 3x3 World Championships. And Shane Williams is on fire right now. Kansik inside, great movement from Malaysia. They get their second score. Lalezo nearly lost the ball, still has it. Got to put something up. Shot clock is at 1. Lobs it up. Gets it to go. Will that count? No, it won't. Oh, that was a wild shot from Kola Yalezo. But it won't count. Certainly one for the highlight reels, though. Kansik goes to the basket. Extra pass. And no good from Pape. And that'll be a shot clock violation as Pape's shot did not hit the rim. On the sidelines for Malaysia, the number 8, Ye Bing Tan. And Zakale Shalembe on the sidelines. Or excuse me, not on the sidelines. He's going to get the ball. Excuse me, it's Gift Wuketsi is on the sidelines for South Africa. 8 to shoot for the host nation as Williams misses the long mid-range. Again, beautiful, patient build-up play, which is something that's quite rare to see in 3x3 basketball. Very fast-paced game, as the pass there from Yalezu was deflected out of bounds, and we have a timeout on the floor. It's great to have you all on board on the IWBF YouTube channel. So many comments coming in. Let us know where you are, who you're supporting. Of course, this is a long day, 10-minute games. Action is non-stop. It's first to 21, or whoever's leading after 10 minutes of play. Here at this incredible resort in Sun City. Located near the city of Rustenburg and northwest of Johannesburg. It's on the northwest province of this incredible country, and right now Shane Williams is a living, breathing firework for South Africa. He has been the offensive juggernaut for them thus far. Shot from the elbow is no good from Zakaya, and South Africa lead 4-3. Beautiful passing again. That goes up, doesn't go in. But a free throw will be coming for Gola Yazelu, born in a small town in Eastern Cape called Kumbu, which has a population of around 4,500. Great occasion for him to be competing on the world stage for his country. Chance of defense from the South African women's team on the sidelines. And Malaysia get the ball back after the turnover. Bing Tan has it. Yeah, Bing Tan still with the ball. 3 to shoot though for Malaysia. He's got to get busy here. Puts it up and it's short. But Malaysia get the ball back. Off the window, no good. And a free throw incoming for Mohamed Atib Zakaya. Five to 3 in favor of the host nation. 5:46 to play. Of course, after this game, it's an all-European encounter between neighbours Spain and Portugal. As the shot clock was winding down, and the shot is up from Yalezu, but he can't get it to fall. Gola Yalezu has had free reign to shoot for South Africa so far, the number 10. Of course, these South African players from all round the country. Number 8, Shakele Shalembe, 24-year-old, soon to be 25-year-old actually, from the KwaZulu-Natal region. Plays his basketball for eThekwini Spears. And here he is on the ball. Williams lost the handle, still has it. 3 to shoot though for the host nation. Williams, no good. Ball is loose, and Malaysia will let that ball roll out of bounds. They will get the ball. Kuncic sets himself, looks for the extra pass, finds it, and Zakaya, who was another player with 3x3 experience, and the shot is blocked there from Zakaya as Shalembe went to the hoop. Here is Shalembe, 7 to shoot. He'll go for the mid-range. He'll put in the mid-range. South Africa have a bit of breathing space here. And straight away, Malaysia cancel that out as Atib Zakraya with the 2. Shalembe along the baseline. Beautiful pass inside, and the finish from Gola Yalezu. And again, Malaysia all business, and at the second attempt, Mohamed Atib Zakraya gets it to go. Beautiful behind the back pass. Williams the finish. It's getting fancy out there on the court. Bit of showtime basketball from the host nation. Williams the rebound. Yalezu to the cup. Doesn't get it to fall. Good defense there from Karthik Pathi. 5 to shoot for Malaysia. Mid-range is up. Mid-range is banked home from that man right there, Rasali Kalsic. And the shot is up, and it's all string from Yalezu. What a game he's having here in Sun City. 2 is up, no good from Zakraya. Gets the ball back, now goes a bit closer to the hoop. And he'll get that to fall. 9-8 to South Africa in a really competitive game thus far. Williams misses the long shot. That would have been, I think, a one-pointer. I think he was on the line. Of course, it's 1s and 2s here in the 3x3 version. Shot clock winding down. One-hander is up and no good. That would have been a 2 if it went in from Mohamed Atib Zakraya. But he didn't get it to fall. Didn't hit the rim, so it's a shot clock violation. Timeout is called on the floor. So far, Egypt have beaten Kenya 13-3. That was our first game of these inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. United Arab Emirates beating Croatia 14-8. Poland with a 21-10 win over Slovenia. Here are some of the highlights thus far. Look at that pass from Yalezu. Showtime basketball here in South Africa. And the host nation lead by a point. Shalembe. Williams sets himself. The midi is money. 10-8. Now, can South Africa get a stop? They've led by 2 at several periods of this game. Malaysia looking to tie and can't get the 2 to fall, but a foul has been called and a shot to follow from Mohamed Atib Zakraya. Razali Kansik with the long shot that could have tied the game. Now the free throw will count. And South Africa will get the ball. Here is Williams. Shalembe. Shalembe looking around, surveying what's before him. Williams, the catch and shoot off the back iron. And Malaysia get it over the perimeter and now could start their offense. Zakraya driving to the cup, gets it to go over Williams. And the ball is loose as Yalezu couldn't hang on. And Malaysia will get the ball back. We're tied at 10 here with 1:50 to play in a really competitive contest right so far. And a good steal there from Gola Yalezu. And Malaysia will get the ball back. Zakraya. Kansik gets it to go and Malaysia take the lead. Now what has South Africa got in the locker? Shalembe glides to the cup, doesn't get it to fall. Malaysia looking to extend the lead again, gets it to go, and a foul as Atip Zakraya inside. And Malaysia with their biggest lead of the game. 1:22 to play, and Malaysia now up 12-10 over the host nation. And Zakraya cashes in from the strike. Yalezu, oh, goes inside. What a move. Glides to the cup. Two-point game. And the shot is no good as the shot clock wound down from Lazale Kancik. Williams, who was on fire to start, doesn't get the fall on this occasion. Malaysia now, a hard-fought win could be incoming for Malaysia. 37 seconds away from victory here. South Africa, though, trailing by 2. They need scores and stops. South Africa with 5 team fouls at the moment. Malaysia with just the 1 foul in this entire game. And that's a shot up. That's no good from Zakele Shalembe. And Malaysia have the ball, 30 seconds to play. Zakraya. And we'll have a brief stoppage in play there as Karthik Pathy is on the deck. 22 seconds left in this game. Certainly been an all-action offensive powerhouse of a contest here between the host nation and Malaysia. But Malaysia, who have trailed for the majority of this game, look set to get the victory here, but South Africa need a 2 to tie. What can South Africa do in the final 15 seconds? Yalezu, and a whistle has gone. Second foul of the game on Malaysia. 10 seconds left. A fresh 12 for the hosts, and a 2 will tie it. Yalezu. Williams, a 2 ties it. Williams puts it up. It's an air ball. 2.2 to play. Malaysia ball. And Malaysia looks set for a come-from-behind victory here as a timeout has been called with 2.2 to play. There is Shane Williams. He had the opportunity. He had the 2-pointer in his grasp. But after leading for the majority, the South Africans look set to drop the first game in Group B against Malaysia. But this has been an absolutely fantastic game to watch. We certainly hope you've been enjoying it on the IWBF YouTube channel. 2.2 to play. Malaysia with the ball, and a second has been shaved off the game clock. And South Africa with their 6th foul, so that will be a free throw. it'll be free throws after the 6th foul. So Malaysia will just slow it down. That'll be game. Malaysia with a 13-11 victory over South Africa. That's been a very hard-fought win for the Malaysians. So Malaysia off the mark here in South Africa. 13-11 victors over the host nation, South Africa. And then after this game, it'll be Spain against Portugal in Group C. An all-European clash. That'll be coming up in just a moment's time. So we are now ready for Spain against Portugal. As you see the Spanish team there. Again, one of the powerhouses of the 3x3 game, landing here in Sun City, South Africa, and Portugal now heading to the floor. Pablo Lavandiera, Manuel Lorenzo, Ignacio Ortega, and Adrian Garcia. For Spain, Pedro Bartolo, Jorge Carnero, Alexandre Conde, and João His. For Portugal, as you see the Portugal team there.
Give it up.
So our all-European game here in Group C, as Spain in white taking on Portugal in red. And we will be underway in just a moment. While we've got a moment, a big thank you to our event organisers, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa, our global partners, RGK Wheelchairs, and there is a team of RGK staff on hand on the practice courts helping the players out with their needs on their wheelchairs if they need any help with that. And of course our event partners, Sun City Resort. And it has been a lovely place to not just play basketball but see other things as well across this incredible resort, including going on numerous safaris, browsing the shops, going to several restaurants located here in this incredible facility, and they have welcomed us with open arms here in South Africa. And we are set to start as Portugal will get us underway as João His with the first possession for Portugal. And the ball is loose and the ball goes out of bounds. So there's 4 seconds on the shot clock, and Pedro Bartolo will get the ball back for Portugal. And we're going to go back to 4 because the shot clock started before Portugal got the ball. And we are back underway. Bartolo now, shot clock nearing its conclusion. Shot is up, smacks the backboard from João His. And the shot is good. First score of the contest. Adrian Garcia for Spain plays his basketball for Bilbao. And Ignacio Ortega deflects the ball out of bounds. He recently played at the World University Games in Germany. He's a 2-time Paralympian, now competing in his first ever 3x3 World Championships, as the shot is no good from João His. So Spain with the ball. Here is Ortega. Ortega, the University of Alabama man with the mid-range. Goes glass, doesn't get the fall. Garcia with the rebound and the score, and Spain out to a 2-0 lead over their neighbours Portugal. Bartolo, great pass, but that will not count because Portugal did not take it past the perimeter, so Spain will get the ball. As Ortega buries a 2. And the ball will go out of bounds. And right now, Spain having everything their own way right now. Considered one of the stronger teams in these 3x3 World Championships. They've certainly brought a lot of talent with them to South Africa. as a timeout is called on the floor. And right now, Spain up 4-0 over Portugal here in this Group C encounter. And coming up next, our final game of the first session here for the men, as Canada will take on Austria. And then following on from that, it'll be our first women's game of the 3x3 World Championships as Great Britain take on Switzerland. Hello everyone joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel. This is a non-stop, fast-paced day of 3x3 basketball. John Hobbs here on hand, guiding you through the action for the men's games. Caroline Bullock will be joining us momentarily for the women's games as Ortega explodes to the basket for two, or for one, excuse me. 5-0 in favour of Spain, and Portugal get their first score of the game. João Reis with the one-pointer, and there is a object on the court which will be disposed of. Ortega got one earlier, buries another two. Ortega with his second two-pointer of this contest. And right now, Spain just in a different groove, a different gear. And Portugal still yet to get into any sort of groove themselves. Here is João Reis. Inside just about finds Carneiro, and he can't get the one shot to go. Shot clock at 1 as Garcia misses the one-pointer, and Bartolo is on the deck for Portugal, just helped up by teammate Alexandre Conde, and he will check in momentarily for Portugal. And coming in for Spain will be Manuel Lorenzo, and Conde into the game as well for Portugal, as the two-pointer is no good from Bartolo. Ortega inside, that's too easy for Ignacio Ortega, the 24-year-old. Bartolo, here is Conde, who plays for the Cologne 99ers, can't get the baseline shot to go. Lorenzo, all the time in the world, and it's 9-1 to Spain. First to 21, or whoever's leading after 10 minutes of play. Conde really had to stretch to get that as the shot clock wound down. That'll be a shot clock violation, and Spain will have it. This is a Group C game here at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. Ortega to Lorenzo. Lorenzo can't get the shot to fall. Carneiro, here is Bartolo. Bartolo has a bit of room inside. Scoop layup is good. Portugal with their second point of the game. Ortega. Tough layup is no good from Lavandiera. And the shot good at the second attempt by Lorenzo. 10-2 in favor of Spain. And they'll go out of bounds. Timeout on the floor as we have 6:22 remaining. Spain comfortable at 10-2 ahead. But Portugal with a couple of scores, a couple of good offenses, just a bit more decisive thinking to get the right shot off at the right time. This is an all-European clash here on the show court here at the Sun City Super Bowl. As Spain get us back underway. Lavandiera going for the long one. Lorenzo with the offensive board and the putback. 11-2 to Spain. Bartolo, that's in and out. Was on the line as well. That would have only counted as a one-pointer. Gets bumped and nearly got the possession to go. That would have been from Pablo Lavandiera, so he'll go to the line. A chance for Spain to increase their lead to double digits. Ignacio Ortega currently on the sidelines for Spain. Joao His on the sideline for Portugal. And Spain have their double-digit lead. Portugal possession, 5:54 remaining, and Spain have been consistent offensively right now and have really stuck it to their neighbours Portugal. Long way to go though in this contest, but right now Spain just making it look easy. Lavandiera with the inside shot, 13-2, and another turnover and Spain get the ball back. Garcia and another score inside, this time Manuel Lorenzo, who formed a strong duo with Ignacio Ortega as an under-23 player back in the day. Another two-time Paralympian. That was a score from Condi. That was a much-needed two-pointer. Lorenzo banks it home. 15-4, and we're now halfway through this game. Spain need just 6 more points for the win. Blocked there, but a foul called as Lorenzo got the block. And Portugal will go to the line for one shot. Jorge Carneiro, 33-year-old for Portugal, heading to the stripe. Carneiro makes it count. But Spain quickly get a shot off. Lorenzo misses under the basket. Bartolo has room, goes to the elbow, and along with his one-pointer, Conde blocked by Lorenzo. Garcia sets himself. Good defense there from Carneiro. And Carneiro gets the rebound. Of course, you have to take it out of the perimeter and make sure you don't go out of bounds, but I think a foul might have been called before that, as Ignacio Ortega comes back in, as does Joao His, and he will restart for Portugal. Down 15-5, turnover. Ortega, all the time in the world, room service for Ignacio Ortega. And the reverse layup is no good, but Portugal again didn't get out of the perimeter. So Spain will collect the ball. 4:07 to play. And Spain in the driving seat as the pass is deflected. Portugal get a reprieve. Here is Bartolo. Bartolo. Mid-range is money. The smart offensive player is Pedro Bartolo. But Spain right now as a team just so dominant, so professional. and their execution has been absolutely flawless. Long two on the way is money from Hees. 17-8, Ortega. And doesn't get the friendly roll. I think Ortega wanted a foul as well. And now Portugal are beyond the perimeter and can start their offense. Bartolo, one to shoot though. Bartolo glides against the rim. And it will go out of bounds. Spain will pick it up 17-8, 3:05 to play here in this one. Following on from this game, it'll be Canada against Austria. And then following on from that, it will be the turn of the women. Great Britain taking on Switzerland. And we'll be joined by Caroline Bullock for the women's games. 8 teams taking part in the Women's World Championships. 2 groups of 4. The women's teams, Group A, will be comprised of Great Britain, Australia, South Africa and Switzerland. Group B houses Canada, Spain, Kenya and South Africa's B team. Ortega deflected by Bartolo, and that goes out of bounds. Ortega straight away. I think that was a 1-pointer anyway. He went over the line. Needs to get it out, and Portugal can now start their offense, but it's a bit scrappy. Portugal still have it. A long shot is up. A long shot is good. Don't know how much Joel Hees knew about it, but that's a 2-pointer. Lorenzo with the finish, and Spain all business. They lead by 8. 2:23 to play. Here is Hees again. Going for the 1-pointer. That's off the back iron, and Ortega collects the loose change. Ortega gets it back. Goes glass. And now Spain 2 points away from victory as the ball goes out of bounds. There should be 2 on the shot clock here for Portugal. And the clock has been set to 2, so Bartolo has the ball, but they've got to put something up. A long 2-pointer whacks the backboard, and Spain get the ball. 1:57 to play here in this all-European Group C encounter. Canada, Austria up next. Ortega, 2-pointer, wins it. Ortega a 2, money, and that's game. And Spain start their 3x3 World Championship Odyssey with a win, 21-10 over their neighbours Portugal. And up next, it will be Canada and Austria. That will take place in a few minutes' time. And that will start at around 11:05 local time. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Sun City, and it's our final game of the men's session this morning before the women take to the floor. And this is a Group C encounter between Austria and Canada. Canada with a lot of experience on that team, another of the stronger teams in this 3x3 World Championship. You see them right there, Garrett Stepchuk, Vincent Dallaire, Colin Higgins and Lee Melamick. But likewise, Austria, housed with veterans of their team, led by Hubert Hager, Christoph Egler, another key component to this Austria team. And the DJ there just getting the name wrong just a little bit. It is Canada against Austria, not Australia. Australia will be playing in the second session. And here come Austria onto the floor.
And number 4, Hubert.
And there is the key man there, Hubert Hager, who averaged 19 points a game in Austria's last big tournament in the European Championships in Rotterdam. Was the only Austrian player who actually scored over 100 points overall for the nation in Rotterdam. As Mehmet Hariri and Leon Felega also onto the floor. There are the Austrian team right there. Christoph Edler, Leon Felega, Hubert Hager and Mehmet Hariri. So an intriguing matchup here to end the morning session for the men before the women take to the floor. Canada will be in white and Austria in red. Of course, Canada's entire roster competed last year at the men's repechage in Antibes, France. They qualified for the Paralympics through that very tournament. And they will be led by the free-scoring Colin Higgins for their team. And Vincent Dallaire, the number 7, of course, another offensive threat for the Canadians, was third in scoring at the repechage in Antibes last year. But Austria looking to make a name for themselves here at the inaugural 3x3 World Championships, and Hubert Hager will get the first possession for Austria. Hager, an offensive-minded player, gets Austria off the mark. Ostepchuk, Higgins, catch and shoot, goes glass. Felega, here is Hager, dumps it off, and Hariri with the 2. The man, 41-year-old from Vienna, with the one-pointer. Higgins goes to the glass again, and Colin Higgins using the window to great effect early on. Hager sets himself, but a 3-second violation on Hubert Hager. Many of these Austrian players play their basketball back home. Higgins has the ball. Higgins again with the glass. 3 points, all from Colin Higgins, all off the window. Hager, Felega misses the one-pointer. I really couldn't get the full either. And Canada with the ball. Garrett Stepchuk, the man from Saskatchewan, as Higgins misses the one-pointer. That goes out of bounds. And Austria will get the ball. Here it is, Hubert Hager. Harley with 5 to shoot. He'll go to the glass, but he doesn't get that one. Here is Garrett Stepchuk. Higgins. Dallaire was looking for it. Ball goes out of bounds. Vincent Dallaire, a native of Quebec. Stepchuk. Higgins, who's been on fire thus far. Colin Higgins is a living, breathing firework for Canada. He has all 4 of their points. Here is Haga. Haga finds a bit of room inside, but can't get it to fall. Higgins has a bit of room. Why not? Doesn't get it to fall, though, this time. Bit of a heat check there for Colin Higgins. University of Missouri alumni. As the shot is money from Mehmet Hariri. And the ball is out of bounds. Canada up 4-3. And we are in the early doors. Haga, long 2, gets it to go. Hubert Haga off the glass. A Stepchuk, and both teams really using the window to great effect. Poor pass from Haga. A Stepchuk says thank you very much. Higgins. A Stepchuk with 1 to shoot. A Stepchuk, great defense from the Austrians. Tied at 5, 3 minutes played. Harley with the midi, no good. Higgins collected the rebound, but it's deflected out of bounds, batted out of bounds from him by Hubert Haga. Higgins. Stepchuk, all kinds of room, doesn't get it to fall. Haga. Haga doesn't get it to go either. A Stepchuk. Higgins can't hang on. A Stepchuk from the top. That's off the back iron. Dallaire collects the rebound and Higgins puts in the loose change. And Canada back up in front. And a timeout on the floor has been called. And Canada leading 6-5, 6:14 to play. Here at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. For all the information on this incredible event, of course, don't forget to follow the IWBF on all social media channels. And for all the information and up-to-date info on what's going on here in Sun City, head to www.iwbf.org. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the IWBF YouTube channel. Let us know where you are in the world, who you're supporting, where you're watching. As Haga with the 2, that's no good. Lee Melamick on the sidelines for Canada. Mehmet Harley on the sidelines for Austria. Higgins. Again to the glass, but this time no good. Great pass there from Felega, and Hubert Haga with the one-pointer. As the ball is deflected and smacks out of bounds. 5:41 to play. Just the one team foul thus far. All the teams that have competed so far incredibly well disciplined. Christoph Edler, the man who plays his basketball in Graz, goes for the 2, buries the 2. as Garrett Stepchuk comes. In fact, no, Vincent Dallaire will come out, and Lee Melamick, a native of Toronto, Ontario, comes in. Higgins. Melamick loses the ball, and Hubert Haga says thank you very much. Here is Leon Felega. Free throw line, airballs the one-pointer. Felega, like Edler, plays his basketball in Graz. Higgins. Shot clock now at 7. Melamick gets it and puts it in. Patient play from the Canadians. A well-established wheelchair basketball nation. Gold medalists in the 5-on-5 edition at the London 2012 Paralympics. Of course, next year they will be hosting the IWBF World Championships in Ottawa. Five to shoot. Edler with the 2. That's off to the right. And that'll go right into the hands of the Portuguese coaches. Higgins. He'll go for 2. And that's no good as well. Both teams starting to struggle a little bit from the field. Canada struggling from outside. And Austria, who have the 1-point lead with 4:39 to play, also struggling from outside. Here is Edler. Edler has a bit of room as well, but decides not to go for the shot as Stepchuk meets him. 2 to shoot. Edler doesn't get that to go, and that's a shot clock violation, as that was an air ball, as Mehmet Heroli comes back in, and Christoph Edler goes to the sideline. Higgins. No hesitation, Colin Higgins, but after a hot start has gone a little cold thus far. He made Canada's first 4 points, and he gets the rebound off the miss from Heroli, the Vienna native. Great to see so many great comments on the IWBF YouTube channel. Some big fans of wheelchair basketball watching on, including Thomas Krebs, who runs a very popular wheelchair basketball Facebook group, Wheelchair Basketball 2.0. Get involved in the conversation over there. As Canada now with a chance to tie the game, but Stepchuk misses from the stripe. Austria now a chance to extend their lead. It's been a very competitive, evenly matched contest thus far. Hubert Haga can't get the shot to fall. Both the offensive threats for these two teams have been effective thus far. Lee Melamick with the 1-pointer off the glass. Heroli finds a bit of room, finds Haga, just about collects. Can't get the 5-footer to go. Higgins, he has a bit of room, instead dumps it off. Melamick, the 1-pointer inside. And Canada now with a 9-8 lead and the steal as well. Here is a Stepchuk. A Stepchuk will be fouled. He'll go to the line. The man from Regina, Saskatchewan, now resides in Toronto, Ontario. And a timeout on the floor is called, and it's been a really competitive contest. Both teams matching each other, but Canada with the slight edge, 9-8. Of course, this is the first global world championship for wheelchair basketball in this format, this exciting, fast-paced 3x3 format, the global showcase with teams from all across the 4 IWBF zones. Teams from IWBF Europe, Americas, Africa, Asia, Oceania taking part. Of course, the new nations on the world stage: Slovenia, Switzerland, Kenya, United Arab Emirates and Croatia. United Arab Emirates starting off with a win this morning. Falega on the ball. Shot clock winding down, and Herli with the 1-pointer. Of course, it's 1s and 2s in this 3x3 game. Melamik under the hoop. Six to shoot for Austria, down by 2, now down by 1, as Herli again with the 1-pointer. Higgins, Stepchuk, catch and shoot for Galata Stepchuk. And the ball going out of bounds, and Higgins and Hugger going for it, the main offensive players for their nations. Colin Higgins, who led Canada at the repechage last year with 18 points, 6 assists a game. Herli off the glass and down. 12-11 with 2:12 to play. Anyone's contest. Higgins, that would have been a big 2-pointer if that dropped. And now Hager will go for the 2 himself. That airballs with 5 to shoot. And Canada will get the ball back. And Canada up by 1, final 2 minutes of this 10-minute game. Of course, after this game, it is the turn of the women as Great Britain take on Switzerland. Caroline Bullock on hand, guiding you through the action for the women. Higgins on the ball. Higgins surveying what's before him. 5 to shoot. Higgins goes window. Doesn't get that to fall. As Stepchuk with the loose change. He'll go to the elbow and bury the 1-pointer. But Austria with Falega. Here is Herli, and he'll go to the glass. Both teams, as said earlier, using the glass to great effect. The bank is certainly open here in Sun City for both of these teams, and Melamik, the latest to cash out. Hager can't get that to fall. Goes closer to the hoop. Higgins with stifling defense, but Hager says, why not? I'll put it in anyway. As Melamik and a really tumbling Hubert Hager going for the block. 58.1 to play. 14-13. Canada still have not committed a team foul in this game. Austria now on 5. Of course, once you get over 6 fouls, it's free throws for the opposing team, as Melamik misses his free throw. Herli finds himself open, doesn't get that to fall. Hager picks up the loose change, and at the second attempt puts it in. We are tied at 14, 42 seconds to play. Anyone's game. Higgins, he'll put it in. 1-point lead for Canada. .7 seconds to play, and Canada lead by 1. Austria have enough offensive firepower. Can they get a score? Herli finds a bit of room inside. He'll go it alone. He is fouled. He'll have a free throw. First foul of the game for Canada, and Mehmet Herli will go to the stripe. makes the free throw. We are tied at 15, 20 seconds to go. Higgins misses the shot. This is a big possession for Austria. Herrely is fouled. And a timeout is called. .6 to play. We're tied at 15. Of course, there is overtime if it stays level. Herrely, final seconds. Big possession this for Austria. Herrely, Hager goes up, doesn't get it to fall, and we have OT. First OT here at the IWBF 3x3 Wheelchair Basketball World Championships. Great Britain and Switzerland will have to hold on for just a few moments.
The team will rest for 1 minute and then resume.
So we have a 1 minute break before we start OT. First to two now. Whoever wins, whoever goes clear by two wins the contest. Austria with 5 fouls, Canada with 2, so Canada in a good position there. Been a very exciting contest in this inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. First overtime begins here. Higgins. First to be clear by 2 wins as Higgins misses and is fouled, I believe. So that's 6 fouls now on Austria, and this fouls can play a part now. 6 fouls for Austria. Once they go over that, it's free throws for Canada, and especially winning by 2, that could play a huge factor. And Higgins now composes himself and strings the free throw, so Canada need a point. Canada get the ball. Higgins with it, dumps it off. Great defense recovery there from Herrely, and here come Austria on the ball. Chance to tie or take a 1-point lead. Hager goes for glory, and his 2-pointer is no good. Higgins. Three to shoot. Higgins. A step chuck to win it. No. Offensive rebound. Higgins inside. Game, set, match. Canada. They win it 17-15. What a brilliant game, though, to watch. Both teams giving it their all on the floor. But a congratulations to Canada. They hold off Austria after a period of overtime, 17-15. And up next, it's the first of our women's games. Great Britain will take on Switzerland, and in just a moment, Caroline Bullock will take to the mic as the first women's games are going to be underway in just moments.
So a team that's very well versed in the 3x3 format, a lot of experience out there, and I know they're really eager to get out on court and get into the game. As we see Team GB, we see Great Britain come out on court, playing in white today.
And number 15, Love Robin.
And for Switzerland, a team that won silver at the 3x3 Europe Cup in Austria last year. A really young team with an average age of just under 21, but certainly a lot of excitement around a squad with a huge amount of potential. Vira Huber, Louisa Yude, Miriam Waller playing for Switzerland and playing as they did last year at Europe Cup with 3 players out on court. So no substitution for Switzerland. As we see the Swiss team now getting ready to come out on court, they'll be playing in red.
Let us welcome the ladies from Switzerland.
And there's a real buzz about this Swiss team. A lot of people expect them to be quite a dark horse in this tournament as they make their debut on the world stage here in Sun City.
Number 14, Whaler Miriam.
And as a reminder to anybody new to 3x3, we have 10-minute games. It's the first to 21 points, or whoever is leading after those 10 minutes. If the game is tied after 10 minutes, we go to overtime, as you've just seen in the men's game. Baskets are worth 1 point inside the arc and 2 points outside. No three-pointers. And as you might be able to see on court, there are no coaches out on the floor. The players coach themselves throughout the game. So teams will have a coach with them when they're practicing. But out on the floor, it is all in the players' hands. Great to see some support there in the crowd for Great Britain. And the tip is decided by a coin toss. So let's get things underway for the first women's game in Group A. And it will be possession to Great Britain to start things off. And Robin Love will take it from the top of the arc. As we're underway, Great Britain and Switzerland. Hamer spins against Huber. Passes across to Love. Love by the elbow. 1 second. GB have to put something up here. And a quick shot there from Love. A shot clock violation. And Switzerland take it from the top of the arc. So the ball, when the team rebounds, the ball needs to be cleared from behind the arc. Teams can't just go straight back up unless you're the team on offense. Huber looks to make some space, and clock winds down. It's a very quick game, 12-second shot clock. So a couple of seconds too long there for both teams on their opening possession. And let's see what GB have here, looking for their first score as Hamer gets it to go. And Jude Hamer gets Great Britain on the scoreboard. Switzerland look to answer here in the first minute of the game. Coming up after this game, we have Australia against the South African A team. As Waller finds Huber. 4 seconds, back to Waller. 1 second, has to put something up here and gets it to go at the end of the clock. Switzerland up 1. Hamer and won't fall as Jude grabs the rebound. Have to clear the ball here behind the arc. Waller takes it to the basket, too strong. Rebound for Love. Hamer using the screen from Love, mid-range, spins out, ball's chased down and tipped back into the hands of Love. can't get the roll. We are tied at 1-1 here after the first 90 seconds. Huber with 3 seconds, launches and won't fall. GB with a chance to go ahead here. Love fading away. GB will get it back inside. And the ball will go out of bounds. Referee's just checking with the table. As it will be Switzerland ball. Unless the decision on the replay is changed. Again, a big thank you to everybody joining us live here on the IWBF YouTube channel. We have all the games coming up. So after the replay, the referee says that was a shot clock violation. The ball is with Switzerland. Waller looks for some space on the baseline. Huber, and again that'll be a shot clock violation. So the replay before, it looks like the shot from Switzerland was waved off, the earlier shot that was towards the end of the clock. So it is a 1-0 Great Britain lead currently. Hamer fading away, gets the bounce. And Jude Hamer, such a strong mid-range shooter. Huber puts it up from the mid-range, won't go. Hamer with the rebound. Finds Love. Off the rim. Huber has it for Switzerland. And ball's knocked away. Will go to Great Britain. Approaching the 7-minute mark here. As a reminder, we are playing 10-minute games in 3x3. It's fast-paced. A lot of players will talk about the pace and the difference there is to 5x5 when it's just non-stop in 3x3. As Hamer, too strong. Huber with the rebound. Switzerland looking to get on the scoreboard here. Waller. Huber, 1 second. And it's good if it counts. Looks like it will. There will be a replay on the table. Referees will get that confirmed. But a big shot there from Huber if it's good. And Hamer answers for GB. Waller. Pass is broken up. Hamer has it. Finds Love rolling inside, in off the glass. And Robin Love doing what she does best for GB, scoring the basketball. As ball is out of bounds, Great Britain will get it back as we take a time out. So Great Britain with a 4-1 lead here against Switzerland. 6 minutes to play in this Group A matchup. Coming up after this game at 11:55 local time, we have got Australia and the host nation South Africa. Their Team A will be taken to the court. South Africa have 2 teams in the women's group, one in Group A and one in Group B over the competition, and there's a lot of excitement to see those players out on court. And then coming up in the afternoon sessions, we will have the Group B games taking place from 3:15 local time with Canada and Spain. Before that, Kenya and South Africa's Team B at 2:50. So all the women's Group B games coming up from 2:50 today. But back out on court, GB with a 3-point lead currently. We've got just over 6 minutes to play. It is GB ball at the top. Hamer lines it up, knocks it down. Jude Hamer, an incredibly experienced player, represented Great Britain at the Paralympics 3 times in London, Rio and Tokyo. Huber for Switzerland. Finds Jude with space. Too strong. And rebound goes to Hamer and GB as Love spins on the baseline. Over to Hamer. Back to Love. Won't drop for GB. But Hamer's there again. Gets the rebound. Right place, right time for Hamer. Love against Waller, 1 second, time running down, Love at the buzzer, shot is waved off and that will be a shot clock violation called on the floor. So Switzerland will get the ball back. Jude works against Love. Huber's there. Looks for some space, using the screen from Jude. Passing inside, just a bit too long there. A 12-second violation. So ball is back with Great Britain. Love to Hamer. Hamer fading away. Not that time, but Love secures the rebound and another chance here for Great Britain as Robin Love puts it in the basket. And after that replay, the Switzerland basket was waved off. It was a violation where the referees were checking on the replay system on the table. So in the arena, Switzerland yet to get onto the scoreboard. Love. Backing down, off the rim. Jude for Switzerland. Huber clears the ball. 4 seconds. A long shot. It's a good look from Huber. As Love again finds Hamer inside. Swings it back to Love. The give and go. Hamer to Love. Two players that know each other very well. That connection evident out on the floor. Waller to Jude. Jude won't get it to go. As Hamer finds Love. Back to Hamer. Again, it's that connection between those two players, teammates on the Great Britain Paralympic team. So an 8-0 lead here to Great Britain over Switzerland. 3:38 to play, as we will have a timeout called. So teams will talk it over. And Vira Huber has talked a lot about how great an opportunity it is in 3x3 to give every player their chance to shine out there on court. Such a quick game. Players need to react quickly, be able to make those reads really quickly. A very, very different game to 5x5. It's getting used to that 12-second shot clock, clearing the ball. And again, players coaching themselves on the sidelines. You know, they are in charge out there on the court, and having experienced players out there for Great Britain in Robin Love, Jude Hamer, players with that vast experience playing at an international level, going to really help GB out. And as we mentioned, a real up-and-coming team here, this Switzerland team. A real buzz around them. As Huber doesn't make the free throw. There's a technical called beforehand against Great Britain. As the ball goes out of bounds. Switzerland get it back. 3:35 to play here in the first women's Group A game here in Sun City. Huber spins against Love. Shots up and down. A huge basket there for Huber and Switzerland. And no discussion needed on that shot. That will count. That will be good. Big basket for Huber as she splashes it in from the mid-range. As GB set things up here, 3:18 to go. Love into Hamer. Hamer thought about the shot. Good defense here there from Huber. As Love will get it back. And won't drop. Rebound Switzerland. Huber from range. That's off, but we know that's a good look for Huber in Switzerland. She has that range. She's able to make those shots. Playing for the Pilatus Dragons since 2021. Has won a huge amount at the domestic level with the Dragons. As GB have the ball, 7 seconds. Hamer into the cut-in Love, who scoops it up and in. GB have an 8-point lead. Ball's knocked out of play. GB will have it. So 2:33 to play here. Coming up after this game, it will be Australia and South Africa's Team A as Hamer's shot spins out, picked up by Waller. As Switzerland look to chip into this lead. Waller double team, dishes over to Yude, and Yude high off the glass. As Love has White cut into the basket. Too strong, but picked up by Hamer. Jude Hamer doing such a good job as she does wherever she plays, cleaning up the offensive glass. She's always there for the rebounds, able to put the ball in the hoop. As Huber adds another for Switzerland. Love to Hamer, fading away on the baseline, and back to Love again, the give and go. Love cuts to the basket. Hamer knows instinctively where her teammate will be. Huber lines it up, too strong. And ball's gonna go out of bounds. Switzerland possession. And the Switzerland team, the women's national team, only established in 2023. A real focus on 3x3 for the national team. As Huber from deep, not that time. But the players are certainly up for the challenge, and they're really excited to be part of this World Championships, the first time on a world stage. Hamer for GB. That's good. As Switzerland look to answer here, ball is out of bounds. We'll go back with GB. Final minute. GB have a 12-3 lead. Love. Working around the outside, shots up, and bounces out. Switzerland have it back. A chance to get some more on the scoreboard. Huber finds Yude. A good look for Yude, just doesn't fall. And Hamer, baseline shots off. White chases the ball down. And who will be helped back up? 25.7 seconds to go. GB with a 12-3 lead here. Hamer dishes to Love. Love fading away, it's short. Rebound Switzerland. Waller saves it inside the lines. And ball needs to be cleared. Love from deep. Won't drop. And Great Britain will take the win 12-3 over Switzerland in the first game of Group A for the women's groups. Both teams will go again later today. Great Britain playing South Africa's A team at 5:45 local time, and Switzerland will play Australia at 9:05 in the closing game of the day. So loads more action still to come. We will have Australia and South Africa coming up next in around 5 minutes time. So stay tuned to the IWBF YouTube channel. Keep up to date with all the action because you don't want to miss a second of this fantastic weekend. So up next we have Australia against the host nation, South Africa's Team A, as the teams come out onto court for this Group A game. Australia out on court playing in yellow today. Now this is a team with players who are playing in the domestic 3x3 league back home in Australia, building their experience in the format. And they also have 3 players who represented Australia at the Tokyo Paralympics in 5x5 in Hannah Dodd, Georgia Munro-Cook and Tasha Ovens, alongside young rising star Ebony Stevenson. And now we will see South Africa take to the stage. A team on the rise who represented at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in 2022, where they came 5th in the competition. They have a real talented group of young players coming through. Michelle Mokanedi and Eviwe Ngoni were part of that Commonwealth Games team, And alongside them, we'll see Duduzile Gwaza and Asive Gilefile. South Africa playing in green as they line up on court to cheers from the home crowds. And Michelle Mokinedi, she's spoken about how she and the team really want to show the world what they can do. Put South Africa on the wheelchair basketball map in this competition.
And now for the coin toss.
As possession is decided by a coin toss in 3x3, no tip, no jump ball for the tip. And players can decide whether they want to start the game with possession or whether they want to save that possession for a potential overtime and get the first one there. So as we get ready to get things started, Australia and South Africa in the women's Group A games. Teams will be playing 3 games in the groups before we head on to the knockout stages tomorrow.
4, 3,
So let's get things started. It's Australia possession to start things off. Ball's dished inside and Stevenson gets things started for Australia. And shot clock will expire there for South Africa. And that's the thing we saw just to start things off in the first game between Great Britain and Switzerland. That shot clock goes very fast, very different to the 24-second shot clock teams are used to playing with. Mokinedi clears the ball for South Africa. Gilifile will put it up, too strong, and Australia get it back. Dodd dishes off to Munro Cook. Stevenson inside, that's too strong, but picked up and put back in the basket. Australia with a 2-0 lead here. Mokinedi captained the Commonwealth Games team, and shots short. But she is doing an absolutely fantastic job representing basketball in South Africa, really promoting the game, pushing her teammates, and a real leader out there on court for the team. Munro Cook spins from the elbow, won't fall. Stevenson there for the rebound, putting the ball back in the basket. And Ebony Stevenson, one of the most exciting players in Australia. Coaches cannot wait to see what she will do. A lot of them want to work with her as she clears the ball, finds Munro Cook, bullet pass underneath the basket, count it. And an offensive foul called. So shot is waved off there. South Africa will take it from the top. As a timeout call, teams want to talk things over. So a 3-0 lead here for Australia over South Africa in this women's Group A game. Both teams will go again later today. Teams playing each other in the group once. In Group A, we have Great Britain, Australia, South Africa's A team, and Switzerland. And in Group B, Canada, Spain, South Africa's B team, and Kenya. Gilifile. And banks it in! Gwaza with the first points of the game for South Africa. Ovens to Munro Cook inside, spins out. And Ngoni to Gwaza, and ball's loose on the floor. As the referees will confirm with the table whose possession that will be. We have an instant replay system here that the referees can use to confirm anything they need out on the floor. It will be South Africa ball as Gilifile takes it from the top. Nearly got that one to drop, but chased down by Ngoni. A huge rebound for her as Australia come up with it. Stevenson weaving inside Munro Cook. Shot doesn't go. And a jump ball is called on the possession. So it will be South Africa to take it from the top. Gilifile, the MVP of the Africa Zone qualifying tournament for the Under-25 World Championships in 2023. A really strong player on court out there for South Africa. A really tenacious rebounder and defender. She looks to move the ball inside. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Won't go at the end of the buzzer, so that will be a shot clock violation. Australia will get the possession back. Big thank you to everybody who is joining us live here. We'll be here all weekend long, 3 full days packed full of 3x3 action. Absolutely non-stop. It's a great atmosphere here in the Super Bowl as Munro Cook can't get the roll. Gilifile. Waza too strong. And Ngoni can't quite get there in time. Australia will get the ball back. Munro Cook for Australia from the elbow. Not that time. As Ngoni grabs another rebound, you see she positions herself really well, able to get those rebounds, reads the bounce. Stevenson to Munro Cook. Ovens alone underneath the basket, high in off the glass. Ngoni over to Gilifile. And that won't fall. Stevenson back into Munro Cook. Fading away. Nothing but net. Pass is intercepted by Ovens as Australia takes it back. Munro Cook finds Stevenson under the basket. Fouled on the shot, so that will put Ebony Stevenson at the foul line for one free throw. We'll take a timeout first, so it is a 5-1 lead here for Australia over South Africa. Coming up after this game, it is the men's Group A game between Great Britain and Croatia. John Hobbs will be taking you through that one, and that's coming up shortly after this game here in the women's Group A pool. Big thank you to the organising committee, the Wheelchair Basketball South Africa committee, doing an absolutely fantastic job hosting such a brilliant event here in Sun City. So it will be Stevenson at the foul line, plays her basketball for the Perth Wheelcats in both the 3x3 and 5-on-5 leagues in Australia. And second is good. Mokinedi for South Africa. They look to chip into this lead. And a whistle on the play. Australia will take it from the top. Stevenson over to Dodd. Dodd, nothing but net, and Hannah Dodd, such an experienced player out there on the court for Australia. There's a bit of everything that her team need her to do. A 6-point lead for Australia. Stevenson finds Dodd. She'll go again, same place. Not that time. Mokinetti over to Ngoni. And passes too strong. Australia possession. Monroe Cook for Australia. Looking inside. Stevenson's there on the baseline. Adds another for Australia. Ngoni against Stevenson. Passes back to Mokinetti. Time running down. And it will be a shot clock violation. The 12-second shot clock, that goes very, very quickly. We've seen just beforehand, Great Britain and Switzerland, perhaps the first few possessions took them a little while to get into it. It's something we might see throughout the course of today with teams' first games. As Monroe Cook finds Stevenson, roll into the basket, doesn't go, gets her own rebound, and a foul called. As ball is taken from the top by Australia. And you can see the experience on this Australian team. It really helps them having their 3x3 league that they have back at home with players playing together regularly. As shot's good for Monroe Cook. Gwaza puts it up, won't drop. So Australia ball. Teams that both have one substitution player sat on the end line. They can switch in and out when they have a dead ball, so it's very fast, a lot of time to make some quick changes for players, come out on court, spend that energy, take a quick rest and then come back on. So the limit on the court is 8.5 classification points, so players on the court cannot exceed that as Dodd's shot rims down. Gwaza drops it inside. Doesn't fall for Ngoni. Picked up by Dodd. And Monroe Cook roll into the basket. As the ball will go out, and we have a timeout called. So a 9-1 lead here for Australia over South Africa. And South Africa, as I said before, a team on the rise. They have some really talented, exciting players out there. Michelle Mokinetti representing at the Under-25 World Championships a couple of years ago in 2023, where she was top 10 in assists per game across the competition, dishing out 4.4 over the tournament. Certainly a player to watch. Mokinetti inside. Gilifile's shot doesn't fall. Monroe Cook to Ovens. Ovens high off the glass and in. That's a tough shot there from Taysha Ovens. Mokinetti And pass will just go out of bounds. Australia ball, 3:11 to play here. It's the first at 21, or whoever is leading after 10 minutes to play. Australia with a 10-1 lead so far. Munro Cook working inside, gonna take it, nearly triple teamed as a shot rims out, but Gilifile showing exactly what she can do on the glass there for South Africa. Munro Cook intercepts it for Australia. Dodd to the cutting Ovens. Great teamwork there from the Australian team, as Ovens adds another for Australia. Mokanetti, too strong, picked up by Dodd. Munro Cook fading away on the baseline, gets it to go. And Australia up to 12 here. Gilifile working around a defender, count that basket and the foul. A big shot there from Asive Gilifile. She's going to go to the foul line. Such a difficult shot there, the angle she was at, able to get around Munro Cook. And free throw doesn't fall. Ball will go from the top. Munro Cook working around the outside, trying to find some space. Gonna take it. Not that time, but Ovens is there to clean up the glass and put the ball back in the basket. Sasha Ovens, another player playing for the Perth Wheelcats in the Australian League. Now ball's picked up by Ngoni. Gilifile. Not that time, as the ball goes out of bounds. 1:52 to play here in this women's Group A matchup. Ovens to Dodd. Dodd goes from the left-hand side. Munro Cook there. As Munro Cook intercepts the ball, doing it on both ends of the court. Offense to defense as she finds Ovens, roll into the basket. Australia up to 15 points. Mokanetti over to Gilifile. Gilifile from deep. And shot clock violation. You can see how quickly those 12 seconds goes. As a substitution for South Africa, with Duduzile Gwaza back in. Stevenson adds another point for Australia. Gwaza drops it inside to Ngoni. Works against Ovens and ball's out of bounds. At the end of the shot clock. Dodd will take it from the top for Australia. Ovens from deep. And Ovens is a dangerous shooter from the three-point range in 5x5, but long range in 3x3. It's a good look from Ovens. Didn't fall that time. But she leads the 5x5 league in Australia in three-pointers made so far this season. So we're going to see her throughout the course of the weekend take those shots. It doesn't drop for South Africa. 29 seconds to go. 16-2 to Australia. Ovens to Dodd. Shots up and off the rim. Ball's chased down, but it will be South Africa possession. A chance to get some more points on the board here as Gilifile goes inside, takes it over Ovens, won't drop, chased down by Stevenson. As Dodd puts it in from the side. And Australia now up to 17. They will be getting their first win of the competition here in Group A. Although 3 seconds left for South Africa to get something off, but that will do it. It will be a win for Australia, 17-2 over South Africa in Group A. Both teams go again later today. Australia will be playing Switzerland at 9:05 local time in the closing game of the day, and South Africa will be playing Great Britain at 5:45 today in the evening session. Coming up next, John Hobbs with the men's Group A game for Great Britain and Croatia. So keep it locked to the IWBF YouTube channel. You don't want to miss a second of the action. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day of basketball.